Well, when perception encounters expert system, when Perceptron artificial intelligence was in the ascendant, Minsky and Professor Pepper wrote a book publishing its fatal shortcoming. Yeah. It can only solve the simple problems, such as pattern recognition problem with obvious gasp. Yeah. Somehow there's another meaning about the expert system. The reasoning engine, responsible for the reasoning and the debugging, the knowledge base, establishing facts and rules. So the expert system's blind spots. The knowledge based on the expert system depends on the knowledge engineering to understand the field expert in depth. And then use the database and the programs to realize the facts and the rules. Knowledge engineering personally track the domain know-how experts in various fields. Experts in the field are afraid that their housekeeping skills will be poached away and then they will be replaced. Sometimes they become no man, no how. Rules are not easy to form, and there are often exceptions. So software protection is not easy. Important events for the development of machine learning technology, we have a time sequence here, and this is the slides for your reference. This one here is deep learning. Various machine learning kits, cloud service, platform, and dedicated hardware are gradually coming out services. The machine learning developed kits is fully functional, greatly reduces the difficulty of machine learning program developed TensorFlow, like the Keras and Python, PyTorch. Popularization of the cloud service platform enable the interested parties to quickly get started. Almost no need to write programs, like the Microsoft Azure, the Amazon AWS, Google AI platform. They have such services. So you can see that the machine learning dedicated hardware and IC are maturing. So this one, this is the AI machine learning in disease diagnosis examples. So these are some news about the AI application in the mental diseases, and machine learning is quicker than human judgment, and so on. These are the news clips for your reference. So in that case, can we say doctors dominate the machine learning? Well, in the diagnosis of the diseases, doctors have always played the most important role. But in machine learning, the labeling of the causes used only rely on the doctors. Each learning example must have a correct judgment. Therefore, doctors who invest in machine learning can eliminate the doubts about the implementation of an expert system before. And the core information is in their own hands. After all, only experts know how to label. Well, that means the doctors. So case materials labeled by experts are the guarantee for the success of machine learning. So yes, doctors dominate the machine learning. There are 10 machine learning methods. And one is the product production has increased by 20%, while material consumption rate has been decreased by 4%. Provide more relevant data so that finance, operations, and the supply chain can have better management for the factories and demand constraints. It improves the preventive maintenance and the maintenance repair, the overhaul performance by providing higher prediction accuracy for the components and the levels. And enable the condition monitoring processes, which can provide the manufacturer with scale management and increase the overall equipment efficiency from 60% to 85% on the average performances. It can improve the accuracy of the demand forecasts, reduce energy costs and the price differences, and accurately reflect the elasticity and the sensitivity of the prices. And using the machine learning to automatically optimize inventory can increase the service level by 60% and increase the inventory capacity by 25%. Integrated real-time monitoring can optimize workshop operations, real-time understanding of the machine load, and production progress query. Improve the production efficiency and accuracy of multiple production scenarios, and reduce the cost of multiple scenarios by 50%. Through accurate prediction and test results of machine learning, say 35% test and the calibration time is saved. The combination of machine learning and overall equipment performance can increase output, increase maintenance accuracy, and increase the workload capacity. The data, well, now we'll talk about the unstructured data. The data is carrier of the information, another term for experience. It can be divided, say, to the data types, structured data and unstructured data. Expression form, the raw data or the processed data. In the statistic nature, in sample or out of sample data. And for the images, we can have the face recognition or object classification. And we also have the voice data. So we can do the speech recognition or mechanical dialogue. And from here, we can see that the text. So for the data, we can have the text generation or reading comprehension. And a very, very famous example of AlphaGo, we have the chess record. So you can see that the unstructured data, including text, picture, voices, video, and chess records, etc. These unstructured data are learned and classified through some deep learning algorithm, like the CNN, RNN, or the reinforcement learning, like the AlphaGo. And we see some structured data here. The machine learning model mainly uses structured data, that is two-dimensional data tables. Unstructured data can be processed and converted into structured data, such as reshaping the pixel tensor in picture data into one-dimensional array. And the text data can be get into the two-dimensional array using one-hot encoding. This is the example for the processing text data. We have a sentence, I love Python. And we decompose the sentence and the word. So we put in the spaces in each of them. And somehow we use ASCII code to replace each letter with numbers. So we can see the ASCII code here. And then we will make the ASCII code into the one-hot encoding. So they will become like this. So this one is actually the structured data. So we have the unstructured data all the way processed into the structured data for further and better analysis. And this one is also an example for the picture data. So we decompose the picture of the kitty into the red, the RGB, and this is the pixel of each of the element. So then we reshape, make it like a vector here. So the picture finally become the structured data, like a vector, like a matrix here. And this one, it's a very, very famous example. Most of the students taking the courses will have this problem. The passenger survival information on the Titanic. So I have the information here for your reference. And this one here illustrates the meaning of the data. And we will have the learning path here, exploring the processes for the newcomer to the data science. So when the problem here, we have to find the problem, and then we will have the exploration. Yeah. And then we will have the improvement, the sharing, the practice, and the comeback. So in the find problems, we will pick one interesting problem and start them from solving one example. And the exploration, we will make a prototype solution on one topic. Then we will have to improve them. Try to improve your prototype solution and learn from them, like the coding optimization, speed, and optimize the algorithm. Then we will share. Recording is the good habits. Try to record and share your resolution process. Then you have to keep on practicing. Keep practicing on a series of problems. Then finally you have to combat. Participate in one competition seriously, and you will see how much you learn and how well you learn. This is the information introduction and the evaluation information. This is the key points of exploration and thinking. We have 4 issues here. Why this question is important? Where does the information come from? What is the type of the data? What are the key indicators to answer the questions? So we have some information, the explanation, and the example here for your reference. Well, let's see more about what is machine learning. The term Michel said, a computer program is said to learn from experiences, E, with respect to some class of task, T, and the performance measure, P, if the performance at a task in T, as measured by the P, improves with experience, E. The above paragraph defines the 4 elements of machine learning: the data set, the task, the performance measurement, and the model. The machine learning method. We have several classifications of the machine learning. Suppose that the performance measurement P is used to evaluate the performance of the machine in a certain type of task T. If the machine uses the experience E to improve its performance P in the task T, then it can be said the machine has learned from the experience E. Data is another term for experiences. So collect the data and to analyze and to predict. Even if it is impossible to fully determine the essential model of the problem, we still need to construct and approximate models here. Machine learning is not about dealing with the database problem, but about artificial intelligence learning. Machine learning using the data or the past experience to find the best performance for the problem. The problem model found by the machine learning can be predictive or narrative. The algorithm of machine learning is efficient. This is the data mining process. So we can see that with the supervised learning flow, we will have the data, we will clean it, we will make the model of it, then we will perform the prediction, like the flow here. We have the training, we have the prediction. So let's see the definition of AI. Notes from the Artificial Intelligence Model Method, the book. AI is the human-like behavior, human-like thinking, and the rational thinking and the rational action. The foundation of AI is philosophy, mathematics, economics, neuroscience, psychology, computer engineering, cybernetics, and linguistics. The development of AI has gone through several stages, such as gestation, birth, early enthusiasm, and practical difficulties. AI is a new technology science that studies and develops theories, methods, technology, and application systems of human intelligence for simulation, extension, and expansion. AI is a branch of computer science. And nowadays we see lots of artificial intelligence in the movies, like the Terminator, the Star Wars, the Psychopaths, and everything. Like in the picture, the Will Smith was attacked by the robots. Let's talk about what kind of science is the AI. The main purpose of the artificial intelligence science is to research and develop the intelligence entities at the point it belongs to the engineering. Needless to say, some basic subjects of engineering, mathematics, logic, induction, statistics, system science, cybernetics, engineering, computer science, but also philosophy, psychology, biology, neuroscience, cognitive science, bionics, and the study of the subjects such as science, economics, linguistics, etc., can be said to be a cutting-edge subject among the cutting-edge subjects that gathers the senses of the math subjects. So AI is a comprehensive discipline. We use AI every day. Google search engine, that's a very, very huge search engine belonging to weak AI. And automobiles. Our cars mostly installed anti-lock control system and computers to prevent gasoline infiltration. And the emails, in our email account, the spam filter is also a classic weak AI. So there are 4 branches of the AI technologies. There are pattern recognition, machine learning, data mining, and intelligent algorithms. So first let's talk about the pattern recognition. Refer to the process of processing and analyze various forms of characterizing things or phenomena, such as the logical relationship of numerical value and text, and describing and analysis, classifying and explanation things and phenomena. For example, the identification of a car license plates involves image processing and analysis techniques. And the machine learning, the study of how computers simulate or realize human learning behavior in order to acquire new knowledge or skills. Reorganizing the existing knowledge structure means to continuously improve its own performance or to meet the specific requirement of the operator. So let's see the data mining. From knowledge discovery in the knowledge base, useful information is mined through algorithmic research, which is used in market analysis, scientific exploration, disease prediction, etc. And finally, let's see the intelligent algorithm. Some specific pattern algorithms to solve certain types of problems. For example, the shortest path problem we are mostly familiar with, and the project budget problem, like that. So here we have a scanline algorithm as an illustration. So the main application areas of AI, we can see the robotics field, the language recognition field, the image recognition field, and the expert system. For the robotics, AI such as the pet chatbots, they can understand human language, conduct conversation in human language, and use specific sensors to collect and analyze the situation and adjust their actions to achieve special purpose. As to the language recognition field, this field actually interacts with the robotics field. The design application is to convert language and sound into information that can be processed, such as voice unlocking, voicemail, and the future computer inputs, etc. Image recognition field uses the computer for image processing, analysis, and understanding to identify various targets and objects in different models, such as face recognition, automobile brand recognition, etc. Finally, let's see the expert system. Computer intelligent program system with specialized knowledge and experience. The database used in the background is equivalent to the human brain, which rich knowledge reserves using the knowledge data and the knowledge reasoning technology in the database to simulate experts to solve complex problems. Now let's see the expert system. Computer intelligent program system with specialized knowledge and experiences. The database used in the background is equivalent to the human brain, which rich knowledge reserves. Using the knowledge data and the knowledge reasoning technology in the database to simulate the experts to solve the complex problems. And now we see three types of AI. We have the artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, and then we also have the artificial superintelligence. Let's talk about the ANI, the artificial narrow intelligence. Artificial narrow intelligence is good at simple aspects of the AI. For example, there's an AI that can defeat the world champion of chess, but it can only play chess. If you ask it how to have a better store data or on the hard disk, it doesn't know how to do and it doesn't know how to answer you. But when we come to the artificial general intelligence, it's the human level artificial intelligence. Artificial general intelligence refers to artificial intelligence is comparable to humans in all aspects, and it can do all the brain power that human can do. So we can see that creating artificial general intelligence is much harder than the artificial narrow intelligence. So we cannot do it yet. Professor Linda devised intelligence as a broad mental ability to think, to plan, to solve problems, to think abstractly, to understand complex ideas, to learn quickly and learn from the experiences. So artificial general intelligence should be as handy as human when performing these operations. Somehow we have the last one. Oxford philosopher and well-known artificial intelligence thinker, Nick Bostrom, defined the superintelligence as a lot smarter than the smartest human brain in almost all fields, including scientific innovation, general knowledge, and social skills. So the artificial superintelligence can be a bit stronger than human in all aspects, or it can be 1 trillion times stronger than human in all aspects. So artificial superintelligence is exactly why the topic of AI is so hot. The technology giants call for vigilance against artificial AI. Nowadays, technology giants and the scientists have proposed to be vigilant about the AI to establish and improve laws and the regulations with the purpose of worrying about the destruction of humankind in the future. Those abilities, they are supernatural to use and belong only to Almighty God, may be as simple as pressing the light switch for artificial superintelligence, preventing human aging, curing various incurable diseases, solving the world machine shortage, and even making human beings live forever, or manipulate the climate to protect the future of the Earth. All of this will become possible, and the same possibility is the end of all life on Earth. So when NI reaches human level, the following scenario is likely to happen. It takes decades for an AI system to reach the level of human brain disability intelligence. When this node occurred, the computer's perception of the world is about the same as a 4-year child. 1 hour after this node, the computer immediately deduced the physics theory and unified the general relativity and the quantum mechanics. And an hour and a half after that, the strong artificial intelligence became super artificial intelligence. And the intelligence reached, say, 170,000 of the ordinary human. So we see that the intelligence is power. Mankind rule the world and it teaches us the truth. Intelligence is power. In other words, the artificial superintelligence, once created, will be the most powerful thing in the history of the Earth. And all living things, including human, can only be subordinated to it. And all of this may be in the next few decades. When it happens, when the super artificial intelligence is born, it's like an almighty God descending on the Earth to us. So the recursive self-improvement concept, an AI that runs at a certain level of intelligence, such as the level of a human with a brain disabled, has a mechanism for self-improving. When it completes the self-improvement, it is smarter than before. We assume that it has reached Einstein's level. And at this time, it continues to improve itself, but now it has Einstein-level intelligence. So when the improvement is getting better and better, the machine is smarter than the Einstein, making the subsequent improvements and make the progress more obvious. So repeatedly and repeated, the longer and the faster the intelligence level of this strong artificial intelligence until it reaches the level of super artificial intelligence. This is the explosion of intelligence and ultimate expression of the law of accelerated returns. So let's get to the conclusion of this session. We apply philosophy of artificial intelligence self-improvement to yourself. The progress, initiative, and the continuous action. Self-assessment, honestly observe where you stand now, strengths, and your weaknesses. And develop a habit, change your priorities. Make this day great.